Another night has ended. The crowd is shuffled out. Two guys at the end of the bar throw their last buds down. The smoky haze is lifted. The work lights have come on. Now I'm packing up this old guitar and headed home alone. I do what I do for the love of it. Sure ain't for the bucks, but maybe some magical wandering if I look deep enough. 'Cause what they say,
everybody,
3
welcome.
hours
This
a
is a
night
great song. This
is
by
a tortured
Mark
soul laid
This
bare.
was
Sometimes it
songs
feels
we're
like
going to be playing tonight.
playing
And
for
welcome to Nash Talk.
tables and chairs.
And okay, all right, cool. All right, well, glad you guys could join us. This is live from Lebanon, Tennessee, which is east of Nashville, about what, 30, 40 miles?
Maybe 30.
Right? And how you doing?
Fine, man. How are you?
Hey, so anyway, this right here is introduce yourself.
I'm Jeff Pearson. Life is good and it's getting better, y'all.
Yeah, and happy Memorial Day weekend, by the way. It's warm today, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just noticed that.
It was supposed to rain, but what you gonna do?
Well, you know what? I want to introduce everybody to you and your musical art. We're about to do a songwriter round here at Starstruck Farm. And right now they've got the honor guard in there. They're going to have like a speech going on.
Yep.
You just got done eating next door at the J Bob's, right?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was great. I just flossed my teeth.
Because they have like barbecue here. Barbecue is the worst when it comes to it. The flavor, it's great. It's going down. But it just leaves evidence everywhere, doesn't it?
Yeah. And also, it's hard to eat anything like that and then go sing. But hey, as my father used to say, who cares?
Who cares? That's right. Well, you know, I just wanted to thank you for taking some time out because they're going to go live in about, let's see, it's 7 o'clock now, our time in Tennessee. So we've got about, a good 20 minutes or so to dabble with your mind and your experience. So you've spent over 2 decades in Nashville, right?
I've been here 39 years.
39 years. Okay, so that's almost 4 decades.
Yeah.
So if we do the math correctly, right?
Yeah.
Shy a year. Okay, well, I know that you were hosting, and we're going to start off with this, and then you can go in every direction. Right? Bluebird Cafe, the world famous Bluebird Cafe. You were hosting that with the Right Arounds, right?
Yeah, I hosted it for 17 years straight.
Wow.
And now I do it here and there. Steve Goody, my dear friend, is the host now. When he's on the road, I filled in for him. I did like all three of the 4 weekends in April. And, I've got stories about celebrities that weren't celebrities before when they were coming up there to play at the Bluebird. It's been an exciting part of my whole musical life. The way I got the gig is Amy Kurland, who used to own it.
Right.
Now the Nashville Songwriters Association International owns it. But Amy was not comfortable being on stage introducing all the writers. And so when I got up there to do my little songs, I have somewhat of a theater background. I got up there and I was pretending like I was scared to death. I got up there and I went, I'm Jeff Pearson, and I'm very excited to be here tonight. And I want to dedicate all these songs that I wrote to the father of country music, John Travolta. Tore the audience to shreds. And Amy after goes, I want you to be the host. So that's how I got the gig.
Wow. Well, so we can thank John Travolta for Did you do any Saturday Night Fever moves or anything like that?
No, I
because that's way left field, right?
I can't dance at all.
No, well, I think that was pretty cool. Yeah, because I've been to the Bluebird Cafe. I've met I met Tony Arata, Leslie Satcher, Roger Cook. It's a great place. As a matter of fact, I think it's shut down right now because of the roof damage.
It's in the roof, yeah.
Yeah, and I know they're building a huge skyscraper right on its property. If you've ever been to the Bluebird Cafe, and he said the National Songwriting Association, I'm a member of that too, the NSAI.
Yeah.
Off of Roy Acuff, I think.
Roy Acuff.
Acuff. Yeah, there you go. I'm learning how to pronounce certain things down here because I'm from Detroit. But anyway, so yeah, I noticed that they're putting a skyscraper in the parking lot. I don't even think holds 20 cars.
No, it doesn't. I don't know where people park.
I don't either. And it's a busy road. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like, so you can't park on the road. It's not, there's any side streets, I don't think. I think they just park everywhere they can. There's
I
a
have
bank.
no idea.
Yeah, anyway, well, that's cool. I'm going to get more back into that if I can. But let's go even deeper. Let's go further back. So you're originally from where?
I'm from my hometown, Santa Fe Springs, California. When I was 21, I moved to Huntington Beach.
I've been there.
And I
Beautiful.
played 5 nights a week forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I moved here in 85. I actually came here in 1980 because Jim Stafford had cut one of my songs.
Spiders and Snakes, Jim Stafford.
I'm sorry?
Spiders and Snakes?
Yeah,
Jim
the same guy.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And I came to I was invited to the session by Stafford.
Mm-hmm.
And I came here and met some folks. I met Mae Axton, who wrote Heartbreak Hotel. And she invited me over to an evening at a dinner party, and I couldn't make it because I had commitments in California. But I came back in '85 and stuff. And, I mean, I had a good run for a while. I tell people I was moderately successful. I had about 60 songs recorded, maybe 50 in Christian music, maybe 10 or 12 in country music, and I had some things in the Netherlands and also in Canada. But the artists that cut my songs after Jim Stafford was Barbara Mandrell, the Oak Ridge Boys, Ricky Van Shelton, Hank Williams Jr., and I wrote 3 songs with Chris Young that he recorded on his first independent album. And now he doesn't answer my calls, but he's still a great guy, and he's got great songwriting instincts. I can guarantee.
Really?
Yeah, he really does.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine who loves Chris Young. So when you said that name, and he's out of Texas, so my friend.
Yeah.
So if you're watching later, this is great. This is good stuff. See, I had no idea. Honestly, I have no idea. This is the best part about Nash Talk because I'm just gonna, extract things from you that somebody might not know, including myself. So when between that part, California, and Nashville, Tennessee, was there anything that interceded before you got to this location?
Well, it's funny. I had a hit record in Orange County that was a fluke. It was a song called Orange County Cowboy. And John DeZima was the program director for Kick FM, which was the country station in Orange County. He heard the song and he goes, I'm putting it on the air. He played it one time. They had 100 phone calls because there's no other songs about Orange County.
No.
And it was a funny song, not funny novelty, but just lighthearted. But it painted a picture of what life was like in 1984 in Orange County. So that got me some attention, and I was playing lead guitar on the road for Paul Overstreet, and my first publishing deal was with Roger Murrah, who's in the Songwriters Hall of Fame, and then my second publishing deal was with Tom Collins. Then my third publishing deal here was with Niles Borup, who was the number one, in my opinion, and a lot of people's number one song man in Nashville, Tennessee. He can hear a song. Anyway, everything about songwriting I learned from Roger Murrah and Niles Borup.
Wow, that's amazing. So you've had a pretty illustrious career, haven't you?
Yeah, like I say, I've been moderately successful.
Moderately, that's what. Moderately is better, and I mean that's probably as good as anybody could ever want it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you said the Netherlands and what have you?
Yeah.
Nashville and Netherlands, all over.
I've played all over. I mean,
that's amazing.
I played in Brazil, of course, Mexico, all over the states. Spain, the island of Mallorca, off the coast of Spain.
Wow.
France, Germany, and England.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what do you think your favorite kind of music to write is? I mean, I know that I think you're like, stop me if I'm wrong. You have a penchant for a bass fishing. Is that true?
Oh yeah, I'm an insane bass fisherman. I'm going to be doing one of my fishing songs tonight.
Oh, good.
But if somebody would give me $10,000, I want to do a fishing album, and I want to get somebody to get it to Johnny Morris at Bass Pro Shops. My dream is to do little concerts at all the Bass Pro Shops in the USA.
Wow.
And yeah, I've got way too many fishing songs.
Oh, really? That's great. Yeah, that's amazing. So that's that's on your, I don't like to say bucket list, but that's on your list of things to do that you haven't really quite got there yet.
Well, here's the deal. I did youth retreats for like 10 or 12 years, and I had a ready-made Christian audience, so I could sell 2,000 or 3,000 CDs while I'm playing at all these youth retreats. But doing a fishing CD, I don't have a ready-made market.
Right.
That's why I need to get with Bass Pro Shops. And I'm not the career legal guy to do that.
Sure.
But somebody would. And I've got a friend who will pay the $10,000 for the cut 10 songs, but I have to pre-sale, and I don't have a market for that right now.
Right. we've got people out on the side, guys. Sorry about that. We're live. So anyway, that's what happens here in Tennessee. Anyway, so well, you know, when you're talking about that, because I know that there's a lot of people that have a particular wish to get their songs into like TV and movies. You give a whole new meaning to sinking with the basket.
Oh yeah. You know, it's like, and I don't bring CDs to these gigs that I do because all my CDs are Christian CDs, and
Right.
I'll do a couple of Christian songs tonight because I know some church folks that are coming.
Uh-huh.
But normally, if I'm doing an outdoor writers' night or even like the Bluebird, I'll do my stuff that I know is going to get an emotional reaction. I want to take my listeners on an emotional ride. I want them to feel something. I want them to either laugh or cry.
Yeah, you know, I was kind of reading really quickly about that. Like, you really are good at, you know, making getting, like, you have lighthearted songs and songs that evoke emotion and things like that, and you know, and then you really connect with your audience. So you must really love doing these.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've taught songwriting at 3 different colleges, and there was a college in San Jose, California called West Valley College.
Mhm.
I taught an entertainment class because I'll see songwriters get up there and make the biggest mistakes in the world,
Mhm.
and they go from the audience going, I can't wait to hear this person. Like, I want this person off the stage, because the biggest mistake they do is think that people care about why they wrote the song, how it came about, how they got the idea. And they really sound like amateurs when they go, have you ever been in a relationship and your partner does this and that, and then you do this? And I go, and they go on for 2 minutes, and they go, no, that's what this song's about. You don't need to do that. Just do the darn song. And that's my sermon for the week right there.
Wow, that's worth the price of admission as well. You know, you know, it's funny because I've talked to so many people from, you know, Berkeley College of Music, Interlochen, Belmont, and you know, I get all these different, and I'm also, like I said, a member of the NSAI.
Sure.
So I'm down there like almost every Tuesday, and I get to hear all the different ideas and opinions from the rookies, I call them. And you know, that's gold right there.
Oh, thanks. I mean, I've taught classes called the unwritten rules of co-writing, because there's so many things that a songwriter can do. If you get stuck on the line, go to lunch or go to the bathroom and spend 5 minutes in there. You come back, I guarantee you, you're going to say something, or your co-writer's going to go, man, what do you think of this line? Because the atmosphere changes in that room when 2 people are there and then there's only one. And that's just one of the things. And the other thing is, you never discourage your co-writer. Like, that line sucks. You never do that. You lift them up. Diplomacy is really big in co-writing. You never want to cut somebody down. You always want to encourage them. And if you know the line is not going to work, you can tell them in very polite, understandable terms, this is a good line. And let's make sure we'll put it in there for right now. But if we can find something better, you know, we'll consider that in the future, as opposed to saying this ain't going to work. And I also do a ground rules thing. If I'm writing with 2 people, me and another person, I tell them up front, if I have a line that I think is great and it doesn't work for you, it doesn't make it into the song. And same if you have a line that I don't think is good, or it doesn't going to work for the song, where the focus might go astray, it doesn't make it. We have to agree on 100%, because a lot of people are scared to write with other people because they don't want an argument, you know.
That's great advice. I can see that all the time happening too. And you know, a real consummate professional knows how to collaborate with that kind of you know, environment and making a song work. And you're right, lifting people up is key. There goes the food right there. See that? I can smell it. You're gonna hook us up, right? Huh? You hear that? Well, so as we continue, this is really good.
Thanks.
I just love hearing what you have to say. All this,
Appreciate it.
I mean, your music brought you from California to all over the world and all these different artists. So now you've been here all this time, and again, 17 years, right, at the Bluebird Cafe.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you've been all over the place. So what are the highlights of your Nashville career? And then I'm gonna get into your personal life a little bit. Just
Okay.
that. Just let the audience know.
All right.
You know, when they see it. And by the way, this is recorded live, but it's also going to be on YouTube and Facebook, and it's shareable on all the streaming platforms. So, if you were to pick different places that were your favorite, and old Nashville versus new Nashville, because I hear that too a lot.
Oh yeah.
And what would you, in a perfect world, what would you say are your favorite places to play? What do you wish they were still doing and not doing, or that kind of.
Well, there's a club in California called the Crazy Horse, which I have my belt buckle. I've worn this belt buckle since 1984, and all the country stars played there. I've seen Reba there. I've seen Pam Tillis, Garth Brooks, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
And that club is no longer in existence. The other place, in my opinion, the number one place to play in Nashville is the Bluebird Cafe, because you have a respectful audience. When
Yes.
I host the Bluebird, this is what I tell them. Out of respect for these writers who have poured their hearts and souls into every one of these songs, if you can keep your talking at a whisper, it's truly appreciated, because they deserve your listening ears and your respect. That's what I tell them.
I think the noisiest thing that I've ever experienced is the waitresses.
That's a true story, but the waitresses of the Bluebird are fantastic.
No, I don't mean that in an insulting way.
Right.
That's the only sound you'll
Yeah.
hear. You won't hear a pin drop other
Right.
than that.
But most of them will whisper, they won't blare out or anything. But the bottom line is, yeah, there can be some, occasionally there's a customer or a person in the Bluebird who has had too much to drink. And my job, I go, if you can please keep it at a whisper, it's truly appreciated.
Yeah.
So one of my stories, there's a guy named Gordy Thomas who now lives, I think he lives in Thailand. He's a big dude, like a football player. And some drunk, crazy guy wanted to kill me, and so Gordy.
As a Bluebird?
Well, I mean, he didn't want to kill me. He wanted to beat me up.
Right.
Because I told him 4 or 5 times, you got to keep it at a whisper. He was extremely drunk. And Gordy come over and stood next to me. And the guy just looked at him and walked out of the club. And I talked to Gordy probably a year ago. And I go, you remember that? He goes, oh, I remember.
No, what was Gordy's capacity?
He was just a big dude. He was a songwriter.
Oh,
And-
okay,
and
okay,
he was just there. And
Because I was there the first time I was there, it was sold out, and that's when I saw Tony Rada and everybody.
oh, yeah.
And I was going to get in no matter what. And it was this very large gentleman, and I'm over 6 foot, so this guy was about a good half foot taller than me, and so that's who I thought you were referring to.
No.
But he was just a really nice, super guy.
Oh,
and
just
he
a
let me-
friend of mine.
Yeah.
Just a friend of mine.
I knew it was good for you. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
nice.
he was a good guy.
So I mean, have you had any magic that came out of the Bluebird besides
Yeah. A lot of country people don't know who David Phelps is, but look David Phelps up online. Phelps. He was the tenor in the Gaither Vocal Band,
Mhm.
gospel music. This dude can sing like nobody's business.
Really?
He is unbelievable. And I saw him walk in when we were in the round, and I did a couple of my Christian songs. One of them was called The Wind and the Waves. And he came up to me afterwards. It had been cut twice already. He comes up and goes, hey, that song, The Wind and the Waves, has anybody ever cut that? And I don't ever like to lie to a Christian artist. I'll lie to a country artist, but not a Christian artist.
Do that?
And I said, I go, it's never been a single. He goes, can you have your publisher send it? Which I did. And then I was doing a camp summer song, which was inner city kids. We teach them how to write songs, and we write with them.
Sure.
And back then there were no cell phones. And I called my answer machine and got from my publisher, congratulations, David Phelps just cut The Wind and the Waves. And it's one of my best, in my opinion, Christian songs. It's been cut 7 or 8 times now.
Wow.
And the hook line is this: even the wind and the waves obey. Why can't I? And I ran that by some co-writers. It didn't grab them. I ran it by Amy Susan Foster, who's a fantastic songwriter. She went nuts. She goes, yeah. And that's when we wrote it right there, then and there.
Wow, that's a really good story. So, okay, now I don't know your like your personal life is funny. I mean, are you married? Yeah.
Married 21 years. My wife is 15 and a half years younger than me. And my daughter just turned 18. She's going to UT. She went to Donaldson Christian Academy, kept us in the poorhouse because it's a lot of money,
Of course.
going there. But yeah, she's going to UT. She's going to be a nurse practitioner.
Uh-huh.
My wife's a music teacher in Metro for 29 years. And that's what's going on.
Well, that's going on now. Where exactly do you live?
We live in Hermitage.
Hermitage. Okay, that's I don't know between Nashville. I know I've been there.
Yeah, it's right below Mount Juliet.
Mount Juliet. Okay, Mount Juliet's not too far from here, is it?
Oh yeah, it's a little way. Well, no, it's maybe 10 or 12 miles down the interstate.
Yeah, because I know there's Goodlettsville and there's Henderson and all that, and so yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. So you got to go.
In a few minutes.
Okay, so we can wind it down. Well, okay, since this is your show right now, what would you want in the last couple of minutes? What would you want to say? Because we're recording this.
Uh-huh.
What would you love to say to somebody right now, to the world, or to somebody in the future generation? Like you gave us some really good songwriting advice, and
yeah, well, I've done this songwriting course. Some people call it song coaching.
mm-hmm.
But I learned from Niles Bohrop. He can listen to a song and say, there's one word that needs to change. What word is it? He goes, it's this first word in the second line of the chorus. That's how brilliant Niles is. People say that about me now because I've learned it all from, thank you. I've learned it all from Niles and Roger Murrah. And so it's like, I do these it's called one-on-one songwriting sessions. I get people, they bring their lyric sheet. I show them where the focus might go astray if it does. And a lot of times the first verse, they're wasting space. Start your song with the second verse because you're jumping right into it. But you also want to leave enough room to write another second verse so that the song has some what I call forward movement. But, I've been doing this for a long, long time. I can bass fish and I can write songs. I can't do hardly anything else.
Those are two really good things, though, right? So now, if you played bass and then
I play bass in the church praise band,
and you don't even have to change the spelling of what you like to do.
No, that's a true story. True story.
Play bass and bass, and that'd be a song too. Say, I get co-writing.
There you go. Yeah, you got it.
Wow. Well, that's great. I'm glad you got to sit down with me.
Me too.
I know Les Kerr is also going to be playing with you. Mark Allen Burnett's going to be playing with you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll have any time to get to them because the guys are getting ready to go on stage.
Yeah.
You gave us a whole lot.
Well, I appreciate that.
A whole lot.
I got to get over there and go like this. Ding, 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 ding. Appreciate you.
I mean, we're going to come and watch the show in a little bit.
Good.
So I guess we're going to leave it at that. And thank you very much for your time. And is there anywhere you want people to contact? You have a website or anything like that?
I'm a very untechnical guy.
Okay.
Half the world has my phone number because when I hosted the
Your
Bluebird,
digits now.
yeah, people would call me from Des Moines, Iowa, and say, "Hey, I'm playing in 2 weeks with the Bluebird. Got any advice?"
Yeah.
But whatever.
You don't have a beeper, do you?
No, I got an insulin pump. Looks like a beeper.
Wow. Hey, I was kidding.
Yeah. Everybody, yeah, people will say that and I go, "You wear a beeper still?" I never wore one. But yeah, I don't have any,
Right.
If somebody wanted to do my songwriting session, I'll give you my phone number because I don't give a darn.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's area code 615-290-9068. Jeff Pearson.
Wow. I might give you a call.
Do so, man.
This is great. I 3 points right there.
There you go. I appreciate it.
I feel like I had just reeled one in,
There you go.
Perfect bait. All right. Well, you're my only guest for the night.
I got to run. Yeah.
Get out of here. I can't wait to see you. Got to get the break a leg, as they say.
Yeah.
And thank you very much.
You got it.
Here, Mr. Jeff Pearson.
Thank you.
And Nashville, what do you want to call it? Royalty, if you will. And I'm glad you're here.
I appreciate it.
I can't wait to see. I made the trip myself all the way from Springfield. So.
Hey, there you go.
All right.
Appreciate you.
All right. Thank you very much. And
you got it, buddy.
I guess that's going to be it for us here at Nash Talk. And
All right.
if we do come back on, I'll let you know. He's got to go. Did you get something to eat? Oh, yeah. You just ate.
Yeah.
That's right. You got your floss and everything?
Floss my teeth and
Floss your
everything.
teeth. Okay. Nothing worse than having brisket stuck in your
Broccoli
teeth.
between your teeth.
So thank you guys. Thank you very much. And I hope you have a real good night. This will be live and not live, but repeated. It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook. It will be on Nash Talk. and we're going to slice and dice more of these things coming up, even in past interviews. This is probably my last one here in Nashville. I was supposed to leave today, but I'm going to be here till probably Memorial Day is over, and then I'll head back to Detroit. So have a great Memorial Day weekend. Be safe. Honor your troops out there. We've got the Honor Guardian here, and I guess that's all I can say. Have a great night, and that's live from Nash Talk. Have a great night.